Yeah, hello all. Good morning. Hope you are doing practice at least a bit. So today we are going to learn what is ECMA script and what is the relation between ECMA script and JavaScript and what are those ES6 features. What is the importance of that actually? So so to understand this, we should go back to the history of JavaScript. Okay, already we have covered at least uh, few important things in the journey of JavaScript. So I will just quickly revise those things and we can enter into today's topic. So JavaScript was introduced in 1995. So in the same year, Java also came into the market. So these things we already understand. Initially, the name of JavaScript is not JavaScript. Initially, it was Mocha, and then it was a live script. Okay, then um, they have renamed to a JavaScript. Then what is ECMAScript then? So Mocha is the first name, and then live script later they have given a name, and after that they have renamed to the JavaScript. After that, this is gone, like Mocha and live script is gone. So now we can say that JavaScript is there. Then what the hell is this? ECMAScript. So if you see this 1995 JavaScript introduced JavaScript, okay, this is done by the Netscape company, okay, with the help of which Netscape company came up with the browsers, right? Powerful browser like Mozilla Firefox was designed uh, by Netscape only, and in that time in 1990s there are two major companies are there. One is Sun Micro Systems and Microsoft. So Microsoft. So Sun Microsystems introduced Java, and actually they are very popular and they have a very good market share. And Microsoft, right, all the .NET frameworks and operating systems, Windows operating systems, and all these things was introduced in 90s. So this they are using a C Sharp .NET, but this came later. Mm, it's not in 1990s. So we can come to that point later. So there are two major companies are there, the Sun Microsystems and Microsoft, and there is a huge competition between them. So Sun Microsystems introduced the Java, and they have, due to some need, they interacted with the Netscape, and they initiated this thought that we need something, some programming language or some opportunity to do some logic in the browser itself. So Netscape introduced JavaScript. So later, what happened? Microsoft is also came up with a new programming language which is very similar to JavaScript. That is like the JScript. Okay, what it is? JScript. Microsoft also did a reverse engineering that they are and they understand what JavaScript, because already Microsoft have a beautiful browser called Internet Explorer. So they have a browser. Netscape people also have a browser, and Microsoft also have the browser. They know all the features and power of browser. So it's not a big deal to came up with a new programming language called JavaScript. So then what happened? People started confusion that whether we need to use a JavaScript or whether we need to go with a JavaScript. There's a confusion, right? So this next few days it happened, I think few months, but later, to avoid all these things, um, another person came here that is called ECMA. Okay, what is ECMA means? This is simply European Computer Manufacturing Association. So after a few days of this the battle or the confusion, this ECMA came into the front position, and this ECMA is going to take care of this JavaScript. Of course, whatever JScript or JavaScript, even if anything, if suppose maybe the my script or UScript or something. So suppose if you want to introduce your a programming language, okay, they have a contract like that. So if you want to introduce new things to this client-side scripting programming language, they should approach ECMA. So they will provide the standard. So anyway, in Microsoft and other people who are there in that competition, they have given a respect to the JavaScript because even JavaScript was done with the help of the reverse engineering of JavaScript. So anyway, Microsoft agreed that they also use the JavaScript. Okay, so slowly, no one using JavaScript, nothing is there, and this from somewhere I didn't remember the exact date when this ECMA script handover taken JavaScript. So now, even till now, 2022, December 13, ECMA, this European Computer Manufacturing Association, is taking care of providing the standards for the JavaScript programming language. This is the history. So now, if you just see the JavaScript was introduced by the Netscape, and so we can go with like this. JavaScript was done by Netscape, and initially it was Mocha and LiveScript. Later it is JavaScript, and later we have given authority to a European Computer Manufacturing Association. So JavaScript went under control of European Computer Manufacturing Association. So that's why we can call it as either JavaScript, or you can call it as ECMAScript. So both are same. So if you call JavaScript, yes, we are calling our JavaScript programming language, and even if you call ECMAScript also, we can call it is going to refer a JavaScript programming language only. Okay, I hope this is it's not a big deal to understand. So just give me a confirmation that understood what is ECMAScript, and now we can understand different versions of ECMAScript and all the important things. Okay, so if you see ECMAScript is there. So if you just go and see how many versions that they have introduced. So normally most of you aware of, suppose if you are attending interviews or if you are learning through some other documentation or videos, definitely you heard about ES6, right? ES6. The ES6 means the version which is released in 2015. Okay, ECMAScript released sixth version of standards to the JavaScript in the year 2015, and this is a sixth version. That's why they are calling ECMAScript version 6, which is introduced in 2015. They have introduced lots of important and interesting features in ES6. That's why this is very popular. Suppose if you want to become a front-end developer, if you want to be a JavaScript developer, you should learn ES6 features. So if you don't know ES6 features, definitely no one will consider you or me or anyone in the world as a JavaScript programmer. So that's a huge importance for that, because before 2000, like I think before 2008 and 2009, and there is very less demand for JavaScript. Right now almost it's a number one programming language in the world. So there are lots of things happen in the history of JavaScript. So we should learn each and everything. Okay, we should learn each and everything. So now at least we can focus on ES6, ECMAScript versions. And right now, can anyone guess what is the latest version? Okay, So if you want to see that history, simply just go to the W3 schools, W3 schools, and go with a JavaScript. Okay, you can find anywhere. So if you just scroll down, just functions, classes, HTML DOM, browser DOM, web API. Somewhere definitely they will mention the history. ECMA Script. Just a minute. I've seen yesterday only. No. Yeah, don't worry. So if you see JavaScript versions, so in 2009 we have a major version of fifth version, that is like ES5, and ES6 is the most and most important thing. So even most of developers are not focusing on versions of 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. So there are, I think these are not the like they're not like game changing versions actually, but ES6 is the game changer. Okay, it does introduce lots of features. So there are few features which are very interesting in this 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21 also. That means it's a lot of things are adding to the JavaScript. A lot of standards is going to be improved. Okay, so let's see. Like just go for the versions. Let's see how many versions they have introduced at what time. So I think we don't need to buy hard these things. So that's the first version. ECMA script is came in 1997. So JavaScript was introduced in 1995, and in that 2 years, mm, after 2 years, ECMA has taken care of this standard. So ES1 was introduced in 1995, and if you see, observe carefully, first three versions every year they have introduced the new versions. So 1998 and 1999. So actually they didn't introduce a lot of features, so maybe one or two important things. And ECMAScript 4 they didn't released. Okay, and observe carefully, 1999 to 2009. So in these 10 years, they have released only one version. So ES3 and ES5. So you can understand that in this period, like no one is focusing on JavaScript. At the time, there is no demand for JavaScript. We are using for just clients and validations and small things. So no one has invested their money or time in that period. Of course, slowly 2008, 2009 is the really important years for the JavaScript. So 2009 we have a ES5 version, and after that, again it has taken 6 years to introduce one more version. So that means 1999 to 2015 they came up with new features only two times. And but here this is the most important thing. Yes, six features. Of course, we have learned some important things here, but ES6 is the major version, major release. Okay, after that, they're trying to introduce new features every year at least. So then 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 also 2020, and I think yeah, if you see JavaScript 2021, they have introduced some new features in 2021. So I will tell you I will show you one interesting thing in 2021. So if you see this one, JavaScript numeric separator. So suppose if you want to store 10 lakhs or 10 crores of information, like number, it's very difficult for us to read how many zeros are there. So for that, they introduced a numeric separator. So you can give underscore in between. So normally when we write on a paper, we will give a comma, right? So in that place, you can go with the underscore. So both are same. Both are same. So if you see this, it will be true. So it will consider both are same. So it is just a helpful feature for developers, so that if even if you cross check 2020, 2019, 2018. Definitely they're introducing some interesting and useful features. But so anyway, we didn't learn ES6, so that we should focus on ES6 first. Slowly we can understand other things also. So here in this ES6, lots of things are there, but the most and most important things are they have introduced. Okay, so far, okay, I think we have completed 43 sessions, if I'm not wrong, or 42 sessions. In this, we are using a var only to initialize the values, where a is equal to 10, or where so student a name is equal to some like a Messi. So I think today we have a semi-final, right? If you love football, I think hope you know already. So we are using only var, but we have a lot of problems with var actually. So in nowadays we are not going to use var in a production level applications. Yes, that is true. So they came up with the new declarations, that is a let and constant. So these let and constants were introduced with the ES6 features. ES6 means ECMA Script version 6. It was introduced in 2015. Okay, and another important feature is arrow functions. This is a very important thing. Arrow functions, and they have introduced classes. So before 2015, there is no concept called class, okay, in JavaScript. Of course, there are slightly difference between the classes in Java and other object-oriented programming languages. Here, the importance of classes is different. So many people will confuse, because if they are coming from Java background, if they are coming from .NET or any C background, they will try to use all their knowledge here. So it doesn't work out, because JavaScript is different. So whenever you're learning JavaScript, you should come up with the separate mindset. So you should learn classes in JavaScript separately. Of course, 80% of the things are same, but there are slight differences in JavaScript. So we should notice those things. Otherwise, we will be in a confusion. So these are the important features. Of course, lots of features they have mentioned here: the let keyword, constant keyword, arrow functions, the spread operator, and for of like classes and promises. This is the most and most important topic, and other few important things as well. So this is the time to enter into advanced JavaScript. Okay, so far we have learned only just basics, fundamentals of the programming languages, JavaScript. Still a lot of things are there. So so far we have learned how to declare a variable with the help of var. Okay, how to declare a variable var a is equal to 10, and we understand what are the data types, right? What are the data types? And here, like primitives and what are non-primitives, primitives, and we understand how to deal with the if and if else. Okay, and we understand the for loop. Okay, still we didn't discuss about while loop. Okay, but if you understand for, it's not a big deal to learn while and do while, and still we need to go with the switch. Okay, and lots of things are there, because it's not uh, easy to cover in a single session or 10 sessions, because a lot of things are there. So but this is bare minimum. Anyway, I will cover each and every topic in separate sessions. So for loop, after that we understand how to deal with arrays, and we understand how to deal with the objects, and we understand how to write functions and how to deal with that functions. And internally, we understand what is a global execution context and what is a call stack. Okay, and what is a memory stack and JavaScript runtime environment, these kind of things. These are the fundamentals and basic things to enter into advanced topics. So far, suppose if you didn't learn all these things, okay, please um, learn these things first and then enter into the advanced topics. Otherwise, you can't understand. Maybe it's completely difficult. So that's my suggestion. So hope who are watching this video, hopefully you have learned at least how to write a if condition, how to write if else, and how to write a simple for loop. So at least to display the items in the array, or finding the even numbers in the array, or finding even odd numbers in the array, like how to write a simple program to recognize the prime number. So if you don't know all these things, please go back and learn all those things, and then only start learning these things. Otherwise, you will be in a big confusion. So that's my suggestion. And of course, who are attending the sessions, I will conduct some kind of interview very soon before December 31st. I will discuss with each and every student what you have learned and and I will clarify your questions, and then only you are going to enter into the next phase of learning. Okay, I will help you to complete all these topics as soon as possible. So now, okay, we can understand what are the problems in um, with the var or in a JavaScript. So just give me a thumbs up and just show me how much interest you are showing, so that we can enter into the advanced JavaScript. So let's see if anyone is there in the live. So always please consider this is not a tutorial kind of thing, and this is a
thumbs up.
classroom and just training. So classroom training is different and tutorials are different. Tutorials make we can explain things in only 10 minutes. Whatever I'm going to explain in 1 hour, you can find those things in 10 minutes. But to understand that, it will take 1 hour. Okay, here you can understand things in 1 hour and it's easy. That's my idea. Okay, fine. Ready? Are you ready? So let's see first what is the um, first problem in JavaScript. So I will do one small thing. I will do some small thing. I will stop this recording. I will start again so that okay, no problem. You can continue here. After that, I can split it or will do it. So we can understand the problems of a JavaScript. Means what are the problems in JavaScript? So right now, still we are in 2000, um, before 2015 features. Okay, or you can consider we are in 1990s or early 2000. Okay, so if you see, I'm just writing var a is equal to 10, and again I'm doing var a is equal to messy. So console.log and a. Okay, console.log a. So let's open that thing in a browser. I think already is there. Right click, inspect, go to the console. So if you see, it is displaying messy. So just try to find out, is there any problem in this 3 lines of code? Do you find, is there any mistake or something difficult or different than other programming languages? Did you notice anything? You can try. Tell me. So if you already learn C language or Java or any other programming language, definitely you can find easily. Do you know any anything wrong here? Of course, we are getting the output properly. You are giving, it is giving a output properly, but something is wrong. Something is wrong. Can anyone guess? Okay, data type. Okay, data type means what's the mistake here, Lakshmi? You can tell me, explain me.
Okay, so usually in any other programming languages like C or Java, we declare the data type. For example, first we initialized a equal to 10, and then if we try to give that to another data type like string or character, it will throw an error. Whereas in JavaScript, it's not throwing any error.
Yeah, fantastic. So if you see, thank you. So if you see, if you do a same thing in C language, suppose maybe most of you or definitely learn C language. So if you see in C language, we do int a is equal to 10. Okay, is it possible to declare another variable with the same name like this? Is it possible in C language? Suppose int a is equal to 10. Again, is it possible for you to use the same variable name again for any other situation? Just tell me yes or no at least. Is it possible in any other programming language? Quickly. Yeah, Ashok said yes, the problem with the redeclaration. Yes, if you see, this is the biggest problem. It's not a simple thing. So suppose if you see, suppose you want to store some information as a salary, where salary. So salary means you need a numbers, right? Suppose if you need a 50,000 rupees, 50,000 rupees as a salary. Suppose by mistake, because in future, maybe 10 or 20 employees will work on a same JavaScript file. Yes, okay. Many people can work on same simple file. So you have declared where salary is equal to 50,000, and someone who is working at line number 166 or something, if he feel okay, if he do like this, where salary equal to blah blah blah, then what will happen? Okay, once it execute the line numbers 163, it is going to override and it will be gone. Your information will be gone. Okay, so if you see, we can see that in the browser itself again. So this is fundamentally wrong actually. We should not allow to redeclare a variable once you already used it. So if you see, so we can take the same example here, and it will change the data type also, because where a is equal to 10, at this situation this is a number, this is the number, and where a is equal to Messi, once it is executed this one in the execution phase, the second phase, it will become a string. Okay, but suppose if this is the valid information, I want to store some information as a number, but by mistake someone utilize this again, he by mistake he if you do a no problem for me, no problem for me, but by mistake if you do someone like this, JavaScript doesn't throw any error at the compilation time or something. It doesn't throw any error. So it will simply, it will remove this a number one, and it will create another memory for you as a string, and you can deal with. So after line number 23, wherever you call a, it will give a information as a message. So that is the biggest mistakes. So this is the one big problem in JavaScript. So so how to solve this? We should learn because they came up with a another one called let. So if you see, if you if you declare a variable with let, so let I'm just doing let b equal to 10. Okay, suppose if I try to redeclare another variable with the same name, so like messy. So I'm taking the same example. So if you see the VS Code itself, it is showing an error that is cannot redeclare a block scoped variable. Okay, what is block scoped and what is global scope? What is a functional scope or a local scope? We are going to discuss in detail. Right now, it is clearly saying that cannot redeclare a variable b. That means it will avoid lots of mistakes. So that using a var is, suppose after learning ES6 features, we should not use a var in our daily programming. So to understand the JavaScript, so far we have learned var, and now this is the time to learn advanced concepts, and we are going to do a production level coding. So we should not, if you use let, it will restrict it. Okay, that is the one interesting thing. Okay, understood? Just give me a confirmation that you understand or not. So normally in any programming language, whether it is C, C++, or Java, C Sharp.NET, PHP, Python, any programming language in the world apart from JavaScript, okay, will throw error like this only. So if you do int a is equal to 10, it doesn't allow you to redeclare with the same variable name. So, but JavaScript, it's we can't blame JavaScript as the culprit kind of thing. So JavaScript is designed in only 10 days, and the purpose of JavaScript is completely different. And JavaScript will allocate and it will decide the data type at runtime. So JavaScript is designed in a different way. That's why there are some few problems are there, but those are not uh, the big mistakes. Okay, so just give me a confirmation that you guys understood or not. Okay, fantastic. So this is one thing, and I will ask one more question here. Let's see. So of course, I will explain in detail about latent constant uh, in the next session. So here I will ask one interesting question. Just try to answer it. Okay. For var I equal to 0, I equal to 0, I less than or equal to 10, and I plus plus. Okay, here I will do like console.log of I.